Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and for those of you that are here, let me just start off by saying Happy New Year to everybody. This is our first meeting of 2017, and as is our custom at this time, I'm going to ask Officer Duncan if he would come forward, and if we would all please rise, he will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag
of the United States of America,
and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all. Okay, a couple of quick announcements. It's my pleasure at this time to introduce the young lady sitting to my left is Monique Sheffield. Miss Sheffield is going to represent District 4. She was just appointed by Commissioner Cupid, so we welcome you to the board. Unfortunately, Miss Williams has had a little medical emergency and will not be with us today. So with that said, for those of you that are here for the first time, let me give you a little insight on how we're going to conduct the meeting. The first thing that we will do is we're going to concern ourselves with the consent agenda. These are applications that not only this board has reviewed, but our professional and our engineering staff have reviewed. To our knowledge, there's no known opposition to these particular cases. So the process will go forward with Mr. John Peterson, our head zoning administrator. He will read into the record what the applicants are asking for. At that time, as he reads them into the record, the applicant, he or she, will identify themselves by raising their hand. Likewise, if there's anybody here in opposition to any of these particular cases, if the opposition would recognize by raising their hand, we will pull that particular case and hear it in its regular numeric order. Once we complete that, we have one regular case business today. When we get into the regular business and where we're going to have testimony, I will charge the audience and everybody with instructions at that time. With that said, I'm going to ask Mr. Peterson if he has any announcements to make at this time. Mr. John?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would like to ask people in today's audience, if you have a cell phone, please turn the volume off. The ringing does interfere with the broadcast and presentation, so if you have a cell phone, please mute the phone. The following announcement concerns variance applications requesting a reduction in lot size or reduction in public road frontage relating to the official code of Cobb County, Georgia, Chapter 134, adopted by the Board of Commissioners on July 28, 2015. Applicants are advised that variance applications requesting a reduction in lot size of public road frontage, which are approved by the Board of Commissioners or lot size, take the form of a recommendation from the Board of Zoning Appeals to the Board of Commissioners. The Board of Commissioners will make the final determination whether the variance is approved or not. Today is one case on today's agenda which this rule applies, and that's variance case V5 Amanda Fard. The applicant and/or representatives are instructed that if the Board of Zoning Appeals approves this application, that they would need to be present at the Board of Commissioners zoning hearing on Tuesday, February 21st, 2017 at 9 a.m. for a final determination. Mr. Chairman of the Board, there is one case on today's agenda which needs to be continued. There are issues that have come up where it may need other variances, so the staff needs time to look at that, Mr. Chairman. So we would ask the board to continue variance case V7, Shady Event Construction.
Okay, V7, that is represented by Skip Gunther. Mr. Gunther, you have a comment on that?
The only comment I would make is I think that's an appropriate move to make because there are a couple of variances that we're just understanding of their variance possibilities. So I would make a motion that we continue it until next month.
Okay, I have a motion. Do I have a second to that motion? Second. Ms. D, any other comments? Is the applicant here representing V7? Okay, have we had a discussion with you about continuing this case? All right, if you just sit after this meeting, we will bring you up to date on that. But at this time, because there's some conflicting reports and the staff, it's not the opposition or anybody else, the staff has asked for continuance, which is a normal thing that this board approves. So with that said, I have a motion, I have a second. No other comments, I'll call for the vote. All in favor signify by voting. Okay, that carries 4-0 to continue case V7, and we will get with the applicant as soon as this meeting's over with. All right, John, let's go, jump right on into the book, sir.
Yes, sir. Cobb County Board of Zoning Appeals, variance hearing consent agenda for January 11th, 2017. Variance case V1, Scott Schumacher and Ira Schumacher request a variance to waive the rear setback from accessory structure under 650 square feet for an approximately 320 square foot proposed garage from required 30 feet to 11 feet in land lot 607 of the 16th district. The property is located at the northwest terminus of Brisbane Drive, west of Belgrove Ridge. Staff recommends approval, subject to the site plan received by the zoning division on October 28, 2016. Is the applicant present? Let the record show the applicant is here. Is there anyone here opposed to variance case V1? Let the record show there's no one opposed. Variance case V2, Linda K. Seil requests a variance to allow an accessory structure or structures to be to the side of the principal building for an approximately 48 square foot shed and proposed 12 by 24 foot pool and decking and equipment. And to waive the side setback for an accessory structure under 144 square feet for an approximately 48 square foot shed from required 5 feet to 4 feet in land lot 482 of the 16th district. The property is located at the northeast terminus of Kamada Place, north of Kamada Way. Staff recommends approval, subject to the site plan received by the zoning division on November 4th, 2016, and letter from Kathleen M. Van Diver dated December 26, 2016. Is the applicant present? Let the record show the applicant is here. Is there anyone here opposed to variance case V2? Let the record show there's no one opposed. Variance case V3, Christopher M. Koch requests a variance to waive the setbacks for an accessory structure over 650 square feet for an approximately 950 square foot shed for required 100 feet to 13 feet adjacent to the eastern property line and the 26 feet adjacent to the rear property line in land lot 17 of the 20th district. The property is located on the south side of Wolf Valley Court, south of Ridgeway Drive. Staff recommends approval, subject to the following conditions. Development and inspection comments and site plan received by the zoning division on November 9th, 2016. Is the applicant present? Let the record show the applicant is here. Is there anyone here opposed to variance case V3? Let the record show there's no one opposed. Variance case V4, Kelly Jennings requests a variance to waive the side setback from required 10 feet to 9 feet adjacent to the western property line and to increase the maximum allowable impervious surface from 40% to 48% in land lot 228 of the 20th district. The property is located on the south side of Fernstone Court, west of Fernstone Drive. Staff recommends approval, subject to stormwater management comments. Is the applicant present? Let the record show the applicant is present. Is there anyone here opposed to variance case V4? Let the record show there's no one opposed. Variance case V5, Amanda Fard requests a variance to waive the front setback from required 35 feet to 28 feet, waive the minimum lot size from required 20,000 square feet to 15,213 square feet, and to waive the rear setback for an accessory structure under 144 square feet for an approximately 87 square foot metal shed from required 5 feet to 4 feet in land lot 632 of the 17th district. The property is located on the east side of Matthew Street, south of Roswell Street. Staff recommends approval, subject to traffic comments and development and inspections comments. Is the applicant present? Let the record show the applicant is here. Is there anyone here opposed to variance case V5?
I have a question.
Mr. Chairman, there is a question about.
Okay, what's the question? Very quickly.
Uh,
Stand up, sir.
Does the porch apply in the setback?
If it's covered, it does apply. If it's uncovered, it does not apply.
In this case, will the porch that's been built be within the proposed setback?
It's going to be over the setback, the proposed porch.
The proposed new setback?
All right, sir, it's a simple matter. Do you want the case heard? Are you here in opposition, or are you here?
I'm not necessarily opposed. I'm just curious if the porch is going to be within the new
Well,
setback.
Mr. Chairman, how about if we let this gentleman and the applicant talk for a minute while we finish the consent agenda?
Yeah,
And maybe they
the
can come to an
applicant, raise your
understanding.
hand, applicant. If you would, please, both of you go out in the hallway and you can discuss that and come right in and tell us if you want to hear the case or not. Well, let's skip number 5, John, and we'll go to 6, I
Okay,
guess.
we'll put V5 on hold right now.
Okay,
Variance case V6, Shona Griffin and James HAYMAN request a variance to waive the side setback from required 10 feet to 2 feet adjacent to the western property line, and to waive the minimum lot width from 75 feet to 70 feet, which is existing, in land lot 519 of the 17th district. The property is located on the south side of Belmont Avenue, east of Adams Drive. Staff recommends approval, subject to development and inspections comments, and site plan received by the zoning division on November 9th, 2016. Is the applicant present? Let the record show the applicant is here. Is there anyone here opposed to variance case V6? Let the record show there's no one opposed. Variance case V8, FOYER Custom Homes LLC, request a variance to waive the rear setback from required 40 feet to 15 feet in land lot 1089 of the 17th district. The property is located on the southwest corner of Paper Mill Road and Thunderbird Drive. Staff recommends approval, subject to traffic comments and stormwater management comments. Is the applicant present? Let the record show the applicant is here. Is there anyone here opposed to variance case V8? Let the record show there's no one opposed. Variance case V9, RACETRAG Petroleum Incorporated, request a variance to increase the maximum allowable building sign area from 380 square feet to 1,200 square feet in land lots 946 and 947 of the 17th district. The property is located on the northeast corner of North Galleria Parkway and Galleria Drive. Staff recommends approval, subject to the sign renderings contained in the variance analysis. The applicant's representative is present. Is there anyone here opposed to variance case V9? Let the record show there's no one opposed. Variance case V10, DEBRA GILLOCK Casey requests a variance to waive the rear setback from required 30 feet to 15 feet and to increase the maximum allowable impervious surface from 40% to 53%, which is existing, in land lot 744 of the 17th district. The property is located on the south side of Cheyenne Drive, west of Atlanta Road. Staff recommends approval, subject to stormwater management comments and site plan received by the zoning division on November 10th, 2016. Is the applicant present? Let the record show the applicant is here. Is there anyone here opposed to variance case V10? Let the record show there's no one opposed. Variance case V11, John A. Webb requests a variance to allow a second electrical meter on a residential lot in land lots 304 and 305 of the 19th district. The property is located on the west side of Corner Road across from Ember Oak Circle. Staff recommends approval, subject to no commercial or dwelling use for the additional electrical meter. Is the applicant present? Let the record show the applicant is here. Is there anyone here opposed to variance case V11? Let the record show there's no one opposed. And that completes the consent agenda, Mr. Chairman and Board.
all right, with the exception of V5, it's back to this board for discussion. Any comments, questions, or discussions on any of the cases? With the exception of V5, they're still in the hall. Just by way of a comment, I want to make mention that RACETRAG Petroleum is here for an application today on a variance. They are the third largest privately owned company in the state of Georgia. We are well aware of the fact that they could have gone, there was many other counties trying to induce them to leave Cobb County and go elsewhere. We are delighted that they stayed here. We've always had a great relationship with the RACETRAG company, and we're delighted to keep those jobs in Cobb County. That's just by way of a comment. With that said, if there's no other comment, I'll entertain a motion for approval. I got a motion for Monique for approval. Do I have a second? With Mr. Gunter, no other comments. Call for the vote. All in favor signify by voting. Okay, we've got a 4-0 vote. Ms. Sheffield has made her first motion of the new year, and we certainly appreciate that. With that said, those of you that were here on the consent agenda, your business is complete. If you would, please leave quietly, and we'll bring Ms. Bates, if you would go and notify those two folks to come back in. We're ready to hear what they want to do. This is where we cue up the music and we do the commercials.
Do you want to take a 5-minute recess?
We could, yes. Why don't we, let,
Give you a chance to talk to the show.
I've got, my audio engineer is,
She's coming back in right now. Ms. Fard?
are we ready to hear this case, ma'am? Is the gentleman willing to come? Does he want to come in or say anything? Okay. John, you want to read number 5 back into the record then, please?
Yes, sir. Variance case of V5, Amanda Fard requests a variance to waive the front setback from required 35 feet to 28 feet, waive the minimum lot size from required 20,000 square feet to 15,213 square feet, and to waive the rear setback from accessory structure under 144 square feet for an approximately 87 square foot metal shed from required 5 feet to 4 feet in land lot 632 of the 17th district. The property is located on the east side of Matthew Street, south of Roswell Street. Staff recommends approval, subject to traffic comments and development inspection comments. The applicant is present. Is there anyone here opposed to variance case V5? I'll let the record show there's no one opposed.
Okay, Dee, that's your district. You
Yes,
want to
I-
make a motion?
Yes, I move to approve the waiver.
Right, okay, put it back on the consent
Yes.
agenda. Do we have to do 2 motions, John, or no?
Deborah?
Let's go ahead and make a motion to put it back on consent.
First motion to put it back on.
Motion to put it back on the consent.
Second, all in favor, signify by voting. Okay, that's going to be 4-0. Now for your second motion.
I move to approve.
Move to approve. Got a motion to approve? Second, Mr. Gunther, all in favor, signify by voting. That's 4-0. Congratulations, you're finished. And those of you that were on a consent agenda, you're all finished with us for today. I got a couple of house cleaning things to take care of. We've got the minutes from the January 9th meeting and also from January the 4th meeting.
Okay, so you don't have,
I need a motion to approve
make a motion to approve.
and a second. All in favor? Don't vote.
Okay.
You don't vote, we vote. There we
Okay.
go, because you weren't here, so it's 3-0. We're
Okay.
all safe. Laurie, did we do everything correctly? Is everybody satisfied? Robin is shaking her head, so if Robin says we're okay, I guess we're perfectly okay. John, anything else to come before us today?
I do have one more thing, Mr. Chairman. I want to thank Dee Gay for being on this board. Today's her last day, and she's done a great job for us on this board.
And that is well said. Miss Gay, we have certainly appreciated your insight and your knowledge and your help to represent that district, and we wish you bigger and better things, and we know bigger and better things are coming. So
Yes, sir.
with that said, we welcome you to,
The feeling is mutual. Nice group of people to work with.
very good,
Excellent group.
very good. Even John Peterson's a nice guy.
Even
We don't say much about the attorneys in this place, but anyway, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, that completes our business for today. You all go snowing or skiing, or maybe go play golf. With that said, we're finished.